Hello everyone. Am I audible all of you? Is my voice clear to all of you? I hope that it's everything all right, huh? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. A very warm welcome to all of you for the orientation session of Advanced Financial Management. I am Hussain Qazi, facilitator for the subject Advanced Financial Management, Strategic Business Reporting and the Financial Management. So once again, a very warm welcome with the platform of Escribir Academy. So orientation session of the Advanced Financial Management. Let's start. So what is the specific mindset you have right now if you are taking this live session or even you are watching the video? So the point is that finance manager, not the financial accountant, the finance manager. So you and me are here to discuss the thing about the financial management and our role as a finance manager. So what the basic mindset you should have if you have already studied the subject of the financial management FM previously, although this is the subject of the AFM. So whenever we study the subject, the FM, so our objective is very much clear. Our objective is to maximize the wealth of shareholder. Maximize the wealth of shareholder. Okay, so what's our responsibility? So being as finance manager or a senior finance manager, our responsibility is to maximize the wealth of shareholder. And with this scope, with this particular scope, there are three very specific targets that we need to consider. Number one, identify the investment opportunity. Number one. Number two, if we have identified the investment opportunity, then select the right finance, either debt finance, either equity finance, or the combination of the debt or equity. So number one, investment policy. Number two, finance policy, and then execute the business. So once business start the execution, we need to develop the dividend policies. How much and when to provide dividend to the said means shareholders. So this is what the mindset you people should have with respect to this particular subject, and we are here to discuss as finance manager. So students, the point is that students, this is all about business. This is all about business, financial management, very specific investment, finance, dividends. But now our role, it's now become enhanced. You have now studied advanced level, strategic level. The skill module financial management is over. Now you need to cover the syllabus as advanced financial management, but the mindset remains same. Mindset must not be as an accountant, but as financial manager, where our responsibility is about to develop policy of investment, policy of finance, and policy of dividends. That's the point. Very simple. I'm sorry. Let's say in Pakistan, a very latest news about the investment or the acquisition that a company, Pakistan Telecom Limited, PTCL, just acquired a Norway-based telco company, that's Telenor. So, for example, you are a senior finance manager of PTCL in Pakistan, and you have actually identified the investment opportunity to acquire the telco, that's Telenor. Then, based on this investment opportunity, if you realize that, or if you identify that investment is valuable, then arrangement of the finance, debt or equity or the combination. And once the acquisition will be made, and it's already happened, and the business will execute. So how to develop dividend policy, all these things. So now our role is one step ahead here. We will also discuss with this course about the multinationals as well as senior finance manager. But do remember, scope of the discussion remains same. Investment, finance, dividend. So welcome to Advanced Financial Management. I am Hussain Qazi. 18 years of facilitation experience for ACCA qualification, specialized with the strategic business reporting, AFM and FM. Senior faculty member at the Bani School of Accountancy, the Platinum Status College in Pakistan. Also a senior faculty member with the platform of Escribir. Alhamdulillah, number of times students assist with me and got the Pakistan and outside the Pakistan the prize winners. I've also conducted multiple exam focus session with the ACCA platform, not in Pakistan, but ACCA engaged me internationally as well. You can contact me or Escribir team during official hours. So we are now going to start the session very formally, but before in depth about what inside the AFM and how to prepare AFM, I must say here, students, for the success of any project of the life, there are 4 soft elements with respect to your personality. 4 soft elements. So if you are planning to prepare and attempt for the AFM exam, particular this AFM project AFM, number 1, you must develop your confidence that yes, I can do that. Number 2, daring, obsession. Yes, you must have to dare at that point. Obsession, yes, I need to do that. I have to qualify that exam. Number 3, avoid all negativity. Be positive. Number 4, well-disciplined. I will support you to provide confidence. I will support to provide the confidence in a manner to dare a thing. Yes, I have to do that. But what you should do, avoid negativity and make a discipline plan. AFM with me definitely support you, not technically but softly as well. So what the agenda of this particular live session? Number 1, we will cover how to study the finance, number 1. Number 2, what inside the AFM syllabus. Number 3, AFM exam structure. Number 4, AFM right study approach. Number 5, AFM smart exam techniques and how the course execute with Hussain Qazi. Number 1, before starting the technicalities of the syllabus area, first of all, what is the right way to study finance? What is the right way or right approach to study finance? Mark my word, whenever you study the finance, your mind must not work as an accountant. Your mind must work as a financial manager. You have to think in a manner like an entrepreneur, like an owner of a company, not the accountant. Because accountant role with respect to S7, FR or SPR, accountant role is different. That is about whatever happened in the past needs to record, present, report with the financial statement. That is all about past. But entrepreneur, it's not having a mindset or don't think as an accountant. Entrepreneur, think about decision making. It's about planning. It's about future. So always think like Sid. I mean entrepreneur. So the point is that your role as senior finance manager, number one, not the finance manager, senior finance manager. Okay, who are they? Any one of the entrepreneur you know? For example, Bill Gates. For example, Steve Jobs. For example, Richard Branson. Or in India, for example, Ratan Tata. In Pakistan, Malik Riaz, Mia Mansha, and many more. So these people, they are the people that called entrepreneur. They are entrepreneur. So number one, your role as senior finance manager. So always finance manager, develop the mind and think like an entrepreneur, not as an accountant, which means the subject is all about planning, strategy, future analysis. It's not about reporting. So this mindset you have to develop. Furthermore, this is a picture. What is this about? This is about the financial statement. So in your life, multiple times, hundred of times, you observe that picture. Balance sheet and income statement. One picture, but two different personalities having different views. For example, if accountant see this picture, so how the brain works is something about, sir, some transaction need to record an income statement and the balance sheet. But entrepreneur never think the balance sheet in this manner. Entrepreneur or finance manager, with respect to balance sheet, the asset is called investments. Machine investment, new product line investment, new market investment, acquisition investment. Other side of the balance sheet, that is about finance, debt finance or equity finance or the combination. Income statement is something about operating profit, performance. And all the picture is something about futuristic. What does that mean, sir? Futuristic. Let's take an example. For example, a business, a huge plant, and you are an entrepreneur. This personality is you. For example, this is a cement plant. This is a plant of cement production, and you are a chairman of this cement production. Chairman, you are chairman. And yes, me, that personality, me, accountant. I'm also there, accountant. I'm also there, accountant. I'm also there, accountant. Assume that there is a situation. There's someone knocking on the door. Someone knocking on the door. Who is this? Production manager. Yes, come on. Come inside. And with this room, there are two personalities sitting. Chairman, you, and also I'm sitting at the right side of the table, of your table. And there's a communication start between production manager and entrepreneur. Production manager start communicating with the entrepreneur, sir, in a way, sir, enough is enough. Alhamdulillah, with the blessing of God, Allah, your plant is now become working with 100% capacity. Since last 2 years, your production, your sales demands continuously increasing, and this production plant continuously match your growth. But this is the saturation point. This is the saturation point. That is enough. The plant don't have capacity to support your more growth. So we need the expansion of the plant. So you as an entrepreneur observing the communication of the production manager, and also me as an accountant also observing the communication of the production manager. Let's say I am an accountant, so what I am thinking about this communication, I am thinking in a way, I am thinking in a way, if entrepreneur agree the expansion of the plant, so once the plant will purchase and installed, what accounting standard will apply? For example, IAS 16. What will be the depreciation method? Is this the straight all one machine or it's a componentization? What accounting standard number 16 says? What should be the debit? What should be the credit? What will be the impact of income statement, balance sheet, asset, liability, equity? This is what my approach as accountant to think in a manner that's called accounting. That's called accounting. Recording, reporting, presenting. But I have a question to you. Will the accountant think in a manner like an accountant? You definitely says, no sir. Accountant will never think in this manner. Entrepreneur will never think like an accountant. Entrepreneur will think that whatever production manager is saying, it's about investment. So first entrepreneur will think that is this the demand or growth of the demand is permanent? If the growth of the demand is permanent, then the profit is sustainable for the future. And this profit suits for the investment. In simple word, first entrepreneur will think about that, what will be the future benefit if I am going to invest it. And if entrepreneur now thinking in a manner, okay, the investment is worthwhile, then how to arrange the finance, either debt or equity or the combination. Students, you have to think not an accountant with this paper, but as an entrepreneur. Being as a senior finance manager, our role and responsibility to identify the investment for entrepreneurs, for shareholders. Then, once identified, evaluate, is this valuable, worthwhile or not for shareholders. If it's worthwhile, identify the best finance, debt or equity for shareholders. Then making the policy, that is called dividend policy for shareholder. This should be the mindset to study this particular subject. So once again, welcome to the advanced financial management. So the first agenda point that we have covered, that is called how to study finance. What is the right approach to study finance? Now let's discuss the another point, AFM syllabus insights. AFM syllabus insights. So AFM syllabus having these components. Number one, 100% theoretical area. What is the role of senior financial advisor or senior financial manager? Number two, advanced investment appraisal. Number three, acquisition margin. Number four, reconstruction, corporate reconstruction and business reorganization. Number 8, that's fifth point, treasury and risk management. There are 5 areas of the syllabus, that's all. Syllabus is not very extensive, but yes, exam techniques are very much important here. We will cover the point. Do remember, there are 3 variables important for the success of AFM exam. Number 1, 100% syllabus knowledge. Number 2, exam techniques. Both are important. If you have covered the knowledge of the syllabus, not able to practice with the exam technique, you will not able to pass exam. You are good enough for exam technique, but not 100% knowledge, not able to pass exam. So number 1, 100% syllabus knowledge. Number 2, exam techniques. And number 3, your self-practice and evaluation. Assignments mocks, and get the feedback. That's called progress evaluation. Three components are equally important to qualify the paper. So we will cover the things, how these variables will work in a later on slides. Let's move. Section A, Senior Finance Manager role. This is what about the investment locally or investment internationally, means MNCs, multinational companies as well. So as a finance manager, as finance advisor, senior level, I have to know that how to develop the policy to determine the investment opportunities. Like I just made an example here for PTCL in Pakistan Telecommunication just acquired a telco company, a Norway-based telco company in Pakistan, Telenor. So think about that. If you are a finance manager of PTCL, so actually you identified this investment as acquisition. So your responsibility is to identify it and evaluate. Is this worthwhile for the PTCL shareholder? So this is number one, investment opportunity. And all the details about how to identify the investment opportunity, how to evaluate, all theory. Number two, financing policy. Financing policy, what should be the policies of the debts and equity, all these things. Third one, how to develop the dividend policy. Do remember, all three areas of formulating and monitoring, all three areas includes local and international as well, MNCs as well. For example, Unilever in Pakistan, Toyota in Pakistan earns billions of rupees, but definitely their home country, Toyota home country is Japan, Unilever's home country is US. They wanted to remit their amount to their home countries in the form of dividend, but they face a lot of challenge because not any of the government wants that the foreign reserves will exit from their state banks or their central banks. So how Toyota, how Unilever and other multinationals make policy to remit their returns or profitability in terms of dividends, although different governments making different policies and facing different challenges or even the restrictions. So in the legal way, what are the policies MNCs normally make to remit their dividends, to remit their amounts? So a lot of things we will consider here. All these things about local and multinationals. Exam scope is 12 to 20 marks. Exam scope 12 to 20 marks here. Examiner regularly exam 12 to 20 marks here. And it's more about, I must not say more about, it's 100% theory. It's 100% theory. If at that particular moment, if you have a question in your mind that, sir, how much part of this particular subject is about theory or calculation, we will cover this point later, don't worry. Okay, section A covered. Section B, advanced investment appraisal. Topic, advanced investment appraisal. Previously, you covered the investment appraisal, NPV, IRR, payback, all these things. So here, a very strong foundation required of FM. This means basic investment appraisal, NPV, including complications of the tax, inflations, working capital, all these things. WACC, all these things. You have covered here the advanced level things. Number two, it's about calculation, but always remember that in AFM, examiner, any of the question, never examine 100% calculation, never examine 100% theory. So yes, it's this part of the area of syllabus, it's more about calculation, but approx 25 to 40% about standard theory. Exam scope 25 to 35 marks approximately, and it's a very interesting topic. Although all topics are interested, but normally students are very much interested to initially cover the investment appraisal, all these things. Section C, acquisition merger, another important area of the syllabus. Everybody knows that every business wants growth. Every business wants growth. For example, there's a bank having 200 branches and they wanted to grow. So there are two possibilities for the growth. Number one, organic. Number two, inorganic. Organic means they have decided to grow in a manner to add 20 more branches, then 30 more branches, then 40 more branches, 10 more branches, 20 more branches, 30 more branches. That is called growth in an organic way. But other way of the growth called inorganic. The board has decided on the bank that we have a 200 branch, okay? So for the expansion, to increase the customer base, we believe the inorganic way is more suitable. Go and acquire a bank having 80 branches. So that is called inorganic way. All the acquisition decision, it's about inorganic way. In Pakistan, the PDCL is a company having in the telecom sector, but PDCL it's more about landline based, not more about cellular, landline based. And the PDCL board previously decided we will enter with the cellular based companies. So at that particular time, 2 years ago, there were two options under discussion. They started two options under discussion, either organic or inorganic. But right now they have decided we will enter with the cellular based telecom in inorganic way. And they have finally acquired a well-established company in Pakistan that's called Telenor. So the decision of the PDCL in Pakistan that's exclusively inorganic way to increase the customer base or to develop the customer base of cellular based telecom. So acquisition and merger is topic about organic way. That's the point. Number two, here the previous knowledge you have, or examiner expect you have a good knowledge of the previous matter, that is about business valuation. Business valuation knowledge, that's assume that you have a business valuation knowledge. And mixture of calculation of theory, it's very good topic, it's a mixture of calculation and theory. Exam scope 25 and 35 marks approximately. So this is the second topic, this is the section C, acquisition mergers. First one, role of senior financial advisor or manager. Number two, advanced investment appraisal. Number three, acquisition mergers. Section D, corporate reconstruction and business reorganization. Corporate reconstruction and business reorganization. Very good topic. There are two things in this topic. Number one, corporate business reorganization. Students, let's take one example. A group of companies having an investment portfolio. For example, you have been engaged last 20 years with a portfolio of 3 businesses. For example, your business is a group-based business, ABC Group. ABC Group includes cement sector, cement industry. Number 2, banking industry. And number 3, airline company as well. So you have 3 setups: a cement company, an airline company, and number 3, a bank as well, having 200 branches, for example. So since 2019, after pandemic, your airline having continuously losses, and impact not only the airline division but also impacting to the other division as well because of the huge loss. So your company has decided to reorganize the portfolio. They have decided to sell or withdraw from the airline sector, and once sell the airline company and get the funds, acquire another cement factory or expand more about the cement factory. So that is called reorganization of the portfolio. Withdraw from one unit and invest with the other focus areas. So this is what about reorganize, and it's a very regular way approaches for the reorganization. So how to reorganize the business? Maybe sell the business, maybe shut down the business, maybe sell to the management. MBO means sell to the management. Maybe demerge. What are the demergers? We will discuss later. But this is what about the reorganization. Again, this topic is about mixture of calculation and theory. Scope is 25 and 35. And once again, very interesting topic. Student face challenge with this topic, but we will cover, don't worry about it. So that is all about the topic. Change ahead. That's the point. Section D, second point, that is financial reconstruction, corporate reconstruction. You can observe or you can develop your mindset about this topic with respect to this picture. Pockets are empty. For example, any of the business having a situation that is about to liquidate, or I must say that the company's right now position is that the company is in ventilator. It's about to liquidate, it's about to dead. But the management here says that if existing financial investors or some externals like venture capital invest or inject some money over there, the company will be able to survive once again. And survive once again means reconstruct. During the exam, one thing is about liquidation, either to liquidate or either to reconstruct. So we need to make a report to the stakeholder. What should be as financial advisor, as senior financial manager, we need to make a report based on the information available. What should be the right approach, either to liquidate the business or either to reconstruct the business. Mixture of calculation and theory, and exam scope is 25 to 35 marks. Last section E, treasury and risk management. With this picture, a rainy day, and what the role of this umbrella here provide the protection to this personality. The risk and it's about the risk protection. Treasury risk management, you have already studied a little bit about Forex with your earlier studies. Forex, interest, but mark my word, whatever you have studied with the Forex and interest, that was very limited. Here, under the treasury function, we will cover about the Forex risk management and the interest rate risk management. Yes, calculation is very technical, But mark my word, initially you will face difficulty, but over the period you will cover the things accordingly. Theory cannot ignore. Exam scope 25 to 35 marks. That's a point. So that is what about the syllabus area. Further, although the theory of the subject integrate with the syllabus area, but these are the checklist. These are the checklist of the theoretical area. I'm not reading right now what are the specific theoretical areas, but these are the checklists. You can use that checklist. This checklist can be used during the preparation phase or the revision phase as well. We will cover one by one with the course aspect as well. Okay. Furthermore, AFM exam structure. Students, AFM exam format. 2 sections. Section A, question 1, 50 marks question. Section B, question 2, 25 marks question. Question 2 and question 3, 25 marks question. So question 1, 50 marks. Question 2, question 3, 25 marks. How 100 marks allocate with the paper? That's very important. Total 100 marks. Out of 100 marks, 80 technical marks, 20 professional skill marks. 20 professional skill marks. 80 technical marks, 20 professional marks. Do remember. So what do you mean by professional marks? In simple word, actually you need to attempt 80 marks paper. 80 marks paper. But with that 80 marks paper, you need to incorporate the professional skill marks that we will suggest you. Professional skill marks with that 80 marks. In simple words, baking of the cake is technical marks. Icing on the cake is professional marks. For example, and this is, by the way, applicable for both calculation and theory. If you are attempting the calculation and getting the technical marks, so whatever the advice we will provide you about the professional skill marks, you have to incorporate. So simultaneously, you not only attempt the technical marks but also the professional marks. And let's say, for example, with the spreadsheet, you are working the NPV. You are working with NPV. Okay? So NPV working and getting the data from the question and calculating it. For example, contribution, taxes, all these things. So that is technical marks. But for example, if you mention contribution, so for contribution, right hand side of the sheet, you have to mention the workings or labeled with the working. Contribution working number 1. Go at the working side, make a heading of the working 1, contribution. Labeling of the working, that is called professional marks. Furthermore, if examiner says that use the spreadsheet function for shortcut formulas, for example NPV formula, for example IRR formula, so you have to apply the spreadsheet function. If you say that no, I will not apply the shortcut, I will do the complete things. No, you have to apply the shortcuts with calculations. You have to put the labels with the workings. So if you are doing the working, if you are calculating the things with this aspects, labeling, shortcut functions, all these things, so you're not only able to get the technical marks but also the professional skill marks. So what I said, baking of the cake is calculation, spreadsheet functions and labeling called icing on the cake. Same thing apply with the theory as well. Drafting of the answer and incorporating the professional skill marks, both are compulsory. So writing of the answer is technical. Incorporating the professional skill marks, whatever we will guide you, that is called the professional skill marks, that is called icing on the cake. So, sir, how this 20 professional marks allocate? Section A, question 1, 50 marks, 40 technical marks, 10 professional skill marks. Section B, 50 marks of 2 questions, each question 20 marks technical marks and 5 marks professional skill marks. That's very simple. So that's the allocation. Section A, 10 professional marks. Section B, 10 professional marks, but 5 each question. Now, these what inside the 20 professional skill marks? There are 4 things that need to cover. Number 1, communication. Communication is about report writing structure. Analysis and evaluation, that is about get the data from question, write data from the question. Numbers or theoretical data, and draft the answer or write the answer or calculate the answer accordingly. Number 3, skepticism, means critic your answers, critic director comments, critic the assumptions. For example, if you have done the working of the NPV, you must have to critic that. NPV calculation is based on inflation, that may change. In NPV calculation based on fixed tax rate, that may change. That is critic. Commercial acumen means whatever you are advising, be practical. For example, a very small company, and one of the director advised that you need to implement a very expensive software or ERP system that is called SAP, or any other Microsoft Dynamics, very expensive. This suggestion is not practical. So commercial acumen means whatever you are advising, be practical. Be that supportive with that particular case. All these things I will provide you support how to draft the answer. So not only draft the answer, but icing on the cake, this is what about the requirement of the professional world as well. Do remember, all four professional skill marks will examine with section A question. 50 marks question, 10 professional skill marks. But section B, the professional skill marks, communication will not examine. Because communication only about, communication is only about report writing structure. So report writing structure only related to section A, not with the section B. So with section B, analysis, evaluation, skepticism, commercial acumen. Do remember, professional skill marks are actually integrated with technical marks that I've already discussed. You are attempting the theory and calculation, simultaneously you will be able to get the professional skill marks. Sorry. And it's not compulsory that, for example, question number 1, 10 professional marks, so you are saying that 10 divided by 4. No, not necessary. Each professional marks 2.5 marks, not necessary. So PSN, these are the aspects. With the actual workings we will cover later. Now, what's next agenda point? What is the right approach to study AFM? Right approach. Number 1, always practice with CB format. Zero tolerance policy about practice manually. Zero tolerance. Because you will attend the paper with CB format. No manual, I don't suggest to practice question Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. Always practice with CB format. Used to with the CB format. Number 2, your highest motivation factor is that among all other optional exams of ACCA, AFM passing rate is the highest one. This is what about the highest motivation factor for AFM exam success. So be motivated. How to approach study? Number one, for any business studies, if there are some calculations, so with calculation there are two possibilities for any subject. For example, you studied ratios analysis in FR, ratios analysis. PM, variance analysis. That was about calculation based theory, ratio analysis, calculation theory. This subject, it's about theory based calculation. Theory based calculation. To maximize the wealth of shareholder, identify the investment and evaluate investment, that is NPV. Theory based calculation. So how can you withdraw with the theory? So prepare your mindset. This is the theoretical subject. If you get some calculation, so that's a good thing. You will face the exam where 60% it's about theory. 60% about theory. 60% about theory. About 40% calculation. So always practice or prepare in this manner. If you have decided to invest 100 hours of the study and you invest 90% time calculation, 10% theory, you will not be able to qualify exam, because you will go to the examination hall, you will bounce back, because examiner will examine 60% theory, 40% calculation, 55 theory, 45 calculation. But you prepared with 90% calculation, 10 theory. How it's possible to manage the paper? Number 3, mark my word, PSM, it's about regular practice. PSM, it's not about last 10 days practice. It's about a regular practice. You need to practice the question with professional skill mark. You have a 100% syllabus knowledge, number 1. That number 4, quality. Practice with quality. I never believe on practice. I believe on exam simulation. Sir, what are you saying? What is the difference between practice and exam simulation? For example, if you are getting the course from me, and I'm providing you assignment of 25 marks. So what is your responsibility? For 25 marks, you have to attempt the question like you are sitting in the examination hall. Number 1, switch off your mobile. Number 2, open the system CB format. Number 3, lock the timer. I have 50 minutes to attempt this question, 25 marks. And start question. And start question with calculation, with theory, with PSM. Without any fear, what will happen at the end of 50th minute? Mark my word, if you do practice with exam simulation, after 10, 12, 13 question, you will feel the difference. That's the point. So quality practice, focus on quality, not the quantity. Past papers, it's not for the guesswork. It's about to make experience for exam simulation. And do remember, with the AFM or all professional level exams of ACCA, just throw the knowledge, it's not enough. For example, if examiner asks something, let's suppose a topic of synergy, you not just to explain synergy, but examiner expect to connect with the case. That is called application. So knowledge with the application, that's important, quality practice. Furthermore, I must say, these are the practice questions that you need to cover. I don't suggest to take any revision kit. This is your revision kit. 11 questions available. 11 questions available with the CB format. 12 questions will also add with September, December 23. ACC will publish December 23 exam question very soon. And 6 papers with the PDF format available. So this 12 for 6, 18 plus mock exams of the ACCA. That's enough. If these are 12, 16, 18 or 19 or 20 past papers you have, 20 means you have 60 questions. That's enough. Quality, always simulate these questions. You will easily pass the question. You will easily pass the exam. How the course execute? The videos includes concept building, includes exam practice question with exam simulation, with exam techniques, course notes available 100%, suggested answers available for student caliber, weekly meetups with you. Escribir team will provide you the exact timetable for the weekly meetings and the assignments and the feedbacks. Regular basis. Without mocks, it's not possible that you will qualify your paper. So from this time, I will conduct 3 mocks, 1 mid mocks and 2 mocks 10 days before the exam or 15 days before the exam. What are the learning outcomes with this AFM course? You will get 100% knowledge of syllabus, practice questions with exam techniques, drafting techniques, smart exam techniques, how to save the time paper from calculation and invest on the theory. So smart techniques, report analysis to read the examiner mindset. You have a frequently asked question, what study text required for AFM? No study text required, just my notes. What revision kit? No revision kit required. What technical articles? Selected technical articles that's relevant. I will provide you the guidance. How to access lectures until when the lectures will be available through LMS. Lectures will be available through LMS and access will be available till the exam date. How to submit assignment, mocks enable to get feedbacks. Once you will submit the assignment, yes, you need to submit the assignment with this email address, AFM by HussaiNQazi@gmail.com. Once you submit the assignment, you have to intimate on the WhatsApp group. By next 3 days, you will be able to get feedbacks for the assignments, how live session will conduct and what are the timings. 7 p.m. every Sunday, 7 p.m. live meetup, query session, evaluation of each student's query session and little bit practice and so on. What are the key variables to get success of AFM? Video lectures, notes, assignment and mock submission, and self-confidence with the motivation. That's called success. How much proportionate of AFM with theory calculation? Almost 60-40. 60% theory, 40% calculation. Alhamdulillah, with the year 2023, the AFM prize winners in Pakistan, Muhammad Bilal and Kamal Kumar, that's associated with me for AFM studies, and this prize winner belongs to these students but assist with me. That's the point. And Alhamdulillah, the passing rate since a long time always above the global rate. So roadmap is ready, lecture videos available, assignment, mock submissions, progress evaluations, all these are ready. If you wanted to buy the course, you can approach to the Escribir team. Wanted to know any more thing, you can approach the team. They can connect to me. At last I must say that it's all about power of belief. If you believe that you can do that, I strongly suggest self-confidence, daring, discipline, and avoid negativity. So you have to work hard, and easily you can pass the exam if you really committed all the things, all the orders or all the advices we provide to you. So let's start the AFM success journey. If you have any question, you can ask me. Thank you very much. Take care, all.